Hi, and welcome to episode 1, the first proper edition, of my Random Ruminations, the video blog. My name is Amanda Harper, and today I'm going to speak to you on two topics. Topic 1 will be a transphobic attack which happened to me a week ago last Sunday. And topic 2 will be the unboxing and a very quick and dirty review of the first hour or two of my play of Mr. Pandaria, the new expansion World of Warcraft. I can't wait. So let's get started with topic 1. So, as regular readers of my written blog know, I'm a native Corkonian. I'm from a little town just outside of Cork City, and I'm very proud of my Cork heritage. You cut me in two, I will be red and white the whole way through. Though, admittedly, that's probably true of most human beings unless they have something like sulfur poisoning. But this means that I travel to Cork quite frequently to see my mum, my aunts, a couple of cousins, my extended family. A week ago, last Sunday, I took a trip to Cork. I had a nice train journey down. I sat next to this lovely nanny and her 2-year-old granddaughter, and I got to play with the granddaughter the whole trip, which was really good fun because she was a charming little kid. And I got to Cork City, got a second train to my hometown, had a nice relaxed journey, went into a shop on the way home, got a few bits and pieces. No problems. Big problem. My hometown has a really long main street. Really long. It's about a half-mile long. And it's packed with pubs, like every other Irish town. As I was walking down the main street, I felt someone behind me. Now, I was wrapped up against the cold. It wasn't particularly cold that day, but I was very cold. So I was really wrapped up. I had my ankle-length black leather trench coat on, and I had really heavy muffler, and I had my big can headphones because they keep my ears really warm and make the music sound fantastic. So I shouldn't have been able to feel him behind me if he was any reasonable distance away, but he wasn't. He was right on top of me. And when I caught a glimpse of him in a shop window as I was going past, I could see that he had his hand cupped, ready to grab my ass. I decided that turning around and decking him was probably not a good idea on a main street when there were lots of people around, because assaulting someone, even in self-defense, is probably not a great thing if you don't want to spend time in Mountjoy with the nickname Glove. And I certainly don't. I wouldn't mind the nickname Glove. I would have issues with Mountjoy. So I turned around and asked him to back off. I was very polite about it. I actually said, "Would you please back away from me? Just a little bit and get out of my personal space." And I turned around to walk on. He put his hand on my shoulder and turned me and asked me what I was listening to on my MP3 player. I should have kept walking. I should not have opened my mouth again. Instead I did. And I answered, I think I said that I was listening to Biff Naked. I listen mostly to girl rock at the moment, and she's one of my favourites, so it's very likely. I don't quite remember. It's not particularly important to the story, but anyway. And I turned to walk on again. And again he grabbed my shoulder and turned me around. At this point he knocked my headphones off my head and screamed into my face, "Are you a bleeping girl or a bleeping man?" Now, I really should have ran at this point, or possibly punched him in the face, because at this point it was assault. And unfortunately I didn't. I said, "I'm a girl." Again, I didn't swear. I usually swear like a trooper, but I was being polite. I was trying to deal with this in the cleanest possible way. It didn't work. He spent the next 5 minutes following me the length of my hometown, screaming into my face and roaring that I was an effing man and that I was an effing faggot and that Basically anything he could possibly come up with to insult me. If I'm perfectly honest, I would have rather it if he'd physically attacked me. I know how to deal with that. That's happened quite a bit to me, and I'm 6 foot tall. I'm a purple-haired goth girl. I wear unusual clothes. I'm a target. And there's always some big, hard man who thinks it's fun to go for me. And when it happens, I'll fight back. I'm usually quite good at getting out of those situations, of either just distracting them long enough to run, or getting a hard enough punch in, that or kick in, or any kind of blow in, that I can get away. But this time I didn't. There were too many people around and I wanted to go home. I just wanted to be safe. What upsets me about this was a physical attack, people will go, what the hell happened, and then they'll forget about it. A verbal attack does more than just denigrate you. It does more than just reduce you to something to be hated. It tells the world that there's something about you that made this person attack you, and the world will start looking for that. It endangers you. You could be walking past a bar or past anywhere, and 999% of the people, 99.99% of the people in that bar might be perfectly fine. But all you need is the one psycho, the one hate-filled creature, to decide that he's going to decide what he's heard is good enough reason to follow you home and kill you. It could happen. I've been attacked quite a few times. Each time it's damaged me a little bit inside. I was already prone to agoraphobia, but I've been good at fighting it over the years. I now, after the last 12 months in particular, where I've had several violent attacks and several verbal attacks, my agoraphobia is much more pronounced. It's difficult to go out on my own. It's terrifying to go out on my own. I don't like being around people. I don't like being around crowds. There's a handful of places where I go because I feel safe. And attacks like this, they make me feel like a third-class citizen, or even less. I already live in a country where the state won't acknowledge my nature, and the state basically refuses to acknowledge my true gender. But I also live in a state where I am being attacked frequently. Not every time I go out, not even every 10 times. But since January of this year, I've been attacked verbally twice in public transport. Once I was called a cheap whore, which was insulting, because if I was a whore I would be anything but cheap. And the second time I was called an abomination, and that I had no right to exist, and that I should be, I believe what they said was I should be burnt to death. I've been physically attacked 4 times since the new year. Once I was shoved into a doorway. 2 times I basically got into very short, very quick fist fights. And the last time I had someone grab me by the back of what I was wearing and try and throw me under the Lewis. The Lewis is the tram system in Dublin. That one was particularly horrible. I was at a very minor junction between a side road and the tram line. I thought I was the only person there. I wasn't listening to music or anything, I had just gotten off the phone. And this individual grabbed me by the back of what I was wearing and just threw me. And the Lewis was only a few seconds away. I still don't know what happened. I didn't go underneath that tram. My bag did. I didn't. And all I remember is hearing footsteps running away. I did report it. There were no cameras at that junction. There was no way to prove who it was. It's not going to go any further than that. But the fact that these attacks are happening, it's terrifying. And it's upsetting. And it leaves me in a situation where I'm often scared to leave the house. For any reason. I'm not letting the bastards win. I'm still going out. I'm still making sure I go out and do things, and I see people, and I spend time with my friends and my adopted little sisters, and I go home to my mum. And I will still go home to my mum, no matter what. But it beggars my belief that these people, because they see themselves as the normal Irish people, feel they can attack me just because I exist. Just because I have the temerity to go out being this. So I guess what I want to say is this. Wherever you live, whoever you are, if you see someone being attacked, help them. Whether they're being attacked physically or verbally, help them. Ring the police. If you're with a group of people, talk to that group of people and get them to ask them to stand with you between the person being attacked and their attacker. Because the simple fact of the matter is, I am a minority. I actually fit into several minorities. I could be attacked for any one of them. But if these people who are so filled with hate drive us, people like me, underground, and we're no longer there for them to attack, they're still filled with hate. They'll find something else to attack, and it may just be you, your friends, your family, your sister, your brother, your parents. They'll find something to hate and a reason, and it could be you. At the end of the day, all us actual normal citizens of whatever country we come from, we're in life together. That's what a nation is. It's a shared heritage, a shared space, and a shared legal system. It's a shared constitution. It's a shared set of rights. I have the same rights as you. If you see me in trouble, help me. If I see you in trouble, I'll help you. So that's all I'm going to say about this. I'm going to end this section now, and I'm going to take a little break, and when I come back I'm going to unbox my copy of Mists of Pandaria. It's going to be in a second link on YouTube. The reason for this is I want to split the two sections up. So I'm going to take a little break, and I will be back in a few minutes.